How's it going out there? This is Feed Your Mind. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the internet and the Tower of Babel connection. And so it's not the best example because according to the Bible, the people that came together for the Tower of Babel, it was not something that God was able to allow to happen. And so he had to separate their languages and everything so that they couldn't continue on their path forward with what they were doing. But the lesson we can learn about this and kind of the prophecy in that whole book with and being able to apply it to modern times is that all of the people had came together, and when they came together, their power was increased to a point where even God had to stop them. Mortal human beings had to be stopped by the creator of earth because of what they were doing when they came together. So they came together and were able to accomplish something that broke barriers into the spiritual and heavenly realms with what they were attempting to accomplish. So with the internet, mankind has come together once again, and that's kind of a connection that appears to be a possible, it's possibly related. I mean, now that we have all came together in our minds again and our language barriers have been resolved to the point where we can communicate with the world, whether it's translations, closed captions in different languages. Like a lot of these videos are being produced in different languages, and now we're at a point where communication has once again became a worldwide thing, where all of the countries of the world have once again came together. And so the powers that be are attempting to block this because they know what's capable once people come together. I mean, with the barriers of language being broken once again and people being able to communicate, now people are figuring out a whole lot of stuff. So it's to the point now, if this continues, I wonder if they're going to have to if something might happen, because it doesn't look like when people come together like that, it just seems like the nation or the kingdom comes down after that, like soon after, not too long after. Hopefully not. Hopefully we're able to continue things going for a while, and then once the kingdom does come down, life goes on though, because if Babylon came down and all the other kingdoms across history have came down, that's not the final, that's not the elimination of humanity. It's just that it seems like there's some type of reset that takes place after every kingdom. Maybe not after every kingdom, but that takes place every once in a while when, it gets to a certain point. So maybe we're at that point now. We'll have to see if there's a reset. The reset usually seems to involve the rewriting of history and kind of like a reset back in with everything. It almost looks like they said there was a time when Atlantis was a thing, an actual place, and they speak of Atlantis being like a highly technological place. So we don't know if this Atlantis might have been connected to anything like, I mean, something similar to Eden or something, or anything where, I mean, because even the Bible says that, like, there's in the future there's going to be like a new Jerusalem coming down from heaven onto earth, like like the center, a new country or something. I don't like. There's talks about like stuff like that in the Bible. So I mean, if a whole city coming down could be almost like some type of UFO type thing, where it's like or it could be some type of like we never know what we're getting into when we're talking about cities coming down from heaven. I mean, that's pretty spectacular. But yeah, I mean, with the internet, I mean, it just looks like we're at a place now where everybody's coming together again, and we're learning. Um, we're learning about the lies, everything, because the mind, the the power of the mind that comes together seems to be like the smartest thing, because really consciousness is one thing. So with all the minds being able to communicate, we figure out things, and we're starting to figure out, like, humanity is figuring out about outer space and figuring out about how the earth is level, because yeah, water lays level. So like people start to snap out of a lot of the lies we've been told. We're starting to realize the pictures of planets are fake. They're all CGI. The pictures of Earth are CGI. People are slowly starting to wake up as a humanity. And when the whole world begins to realize things like this, I mean, it gets to the point where we're starting to wonder, like, where are we actually? What is this Earth? Look, like, what's beyond Antarctica? Is it possible to get beyond Antarctica, or is there a firm barrier? Like, people want to see the fence. Like, if we were because the best way to keep an animal caged in is for them to not even know they were caged in the first place. So, like, if with the barriers not being visible around this Earth, people just feel like, oh, we're just here on Earth and this is fun, and it's like nothing to see. Just go about your life, get a job, spend your life at school, and then get a job and work till you're old, and stuff like that. It's like but really, if this place is a fenced in area with the Antarctic wall and the firmament, I mean, people would start to wonder, like, wait, what is this place really that we're in? What is? It's not anything like we've been told. So that's the thing with the internet and like, it's almost like the connection between the Tower of Babel, where we're starting to learn that, like, wait a minute, what is this place? It's nothing like we have been told. And we're starting to, and imagine if people really started understanding this, like, by the masses, and to the point where they couldn't put the cat back in the box. Like, if it got to the point where this continues any further, I mean, with this knowledge, with this increased knowledge, and once people start to realize what we are, what we really are, and our consciousness seems to hold power when it comes together. I mean, it's the writings on the wall. It already showed, like, yeah, the creator had to step in when all the minds got together, because like they were on the wrong path. They used they found their power by coming together, but they were attempting to do something that got them in trouble. But if we came together, if everybody came together and wasn't on that, like, really used that power for the betterment of everybody, and just really started understanding our power and our place here in this earth, with our ranking here on this earth. And when we understand our dominion over this earth, and we start to see what we are, and why we're here and the power we hold together and what this place is and what we are, all that. Once we discover that, it just looks like we can get to that point now. And it looks like the internet actually is helping us evolve to that next level of consciousness and understanding and intelligence, to the point where AI isn't even smarter than humanity combined. The internet hive mind is smarter than any computer or AI could ever be. Because with all of our various opinions and being able to hear all types, and that's why they're stopping us. Like all these companies are, they're so busy worried about what we're, about censoring us and saying what is right and what is wrong and the facts. And that's, real information, being concerned and removing voices that have alternative opinions, and all that's just not beneficial to humanity. It's not. I mean, the truth will be the truth. I mean, the truth should stand on its own without any help. We don't need to silence people with other ideas, because that's actually not going to help us get to where we need to be, because it's important that we're able to hear all ideas, because somewhere within all these opinions is the truth eventually. Like that's how people know things that they have, that seem like, how could you even know such a thing? How could you even know these things? It's because when you start listening to all the different opinions and we start, sharing the information with each other and weeding out the good with the bad info, and we start to learn our abilities to really decipher and understand truth and know where truth is, and to being able to identify truth. Then we start to learn more and more, and we can build off of information that we feel is true, even if it's something that is spiritual or something that you can't even really prove scientifically. We start to understand things and, start to know what's true, what feels true, and even things that can be proven. I mean, proven or not proven or hypothesis or anything, as long as it's, as it's something that we can share with each other and just continue to learn. Unlimited learning and understanding. That's the point we are right now, and people want to stop that. Like, there's no way these companies should be interfering with free thought. That's just like that's very it's not benefiting mankind at all. Them trying to push around people with different opinions and hide their opinions and make sure that's very much not helpful. It's like, oh, that's not real. No, it doesn't matter if they let us speak. It might not be what you agree with, but let us speak and let us figure stuff out without somebody saying the official narrative. The official narrative. No, we don't need any of that anymore. We need to figure out. We need to get at a place where we can freely speak. It's important. So I advise everybody to just continue to share information and continue to leave comments on videos that you watch and other people's videos, and should continue to speak your voice. It's important. That's how I learned about Flat Earth too, because when on my Flat Earth Awakening video, I forgot to mention it. Like, before, that was a big part of my wake up, was I was seeing the comments, and then I started hearing my favorite hosts talking about the subject as well. That's when it was like I was putting it together. Like, I keep hearing about this, and then it was just to the point where I had to give it a listen. So truth will find its way to the one seeking it. So I'll leave links in the comment section if you want to do more research with me. To some of my other videos related to this subject. And also, I'll leave links to my social media and other channels. And I'll leave a link if you want to donate to the channel. You can donate as little as $1 and you'll gain access to exclusives. So thank you for tuning in. Oh yeah, and plus it helps me keep things going here, online. Keeps Feed Your Mind online. So thank you for your support. Thank you to all the patrons out there. Thank you to all the subscribers. Please leave a like and a comment. And this has been Feed Your Mind signing off.